players are starting to catch on that playing Lurrus is a choice, and sometimes getting Karn and Citadel together can be the best metagame call. Welcome back, vintage gamers, to a Sunday afternoon league recording. We have a nice long weekend, so I'm not gonna have time later this week to film my thing that will go up on Wednesday when you're watching this on YouTube. So yes, today is a Sunday evening or afternoon, or it's actually morning still. What the hell? I'm gonna do it on stream recording. So the number one thing I wanted to talk about in the beginning of this video is this kind of preconception that you can't play non-Lurrus decks, and that is just not the case. I think in general, it's okay to make the analysis that it is typically, most of the time, better to play a Lurrus as your companion in your blue deck than to not. I think that's most of the time true for PO and Control and even Bug. But there are distinct pros and cons to choosing to play Cat and not choosing to play Cat. And we've actually moved directly into a metagame where it might make more sense to let Cat go, at least in your Tinker decks. And why is that? Well, the Cat itself is not typically the deciding point of a Lurrus PO mirror. It can be, and it definitely sometimes is, but I wouldn't say you go into a Lurrus PO mirror expecting Cat to be the thing that you're playing around in the game. Cat is more of a throw-on. Sometimes it works with some baubles, but in general, it's not actually doing a whole lot. And right now, though it's changing as we speak and over the next, over the past couple of challenges, people are viewing Lurrus PO as the deck to beat. Unlucky Monkey is spearheading this 4-color Lurrus PO deck. I have this Esper Lurrus PO deck, and it's putting up very good numbers over the challenges and is becoming one of the most played decks in the format. That's a very different thing from having a frog-based Lurrus deck at the top of the metagame, because the things that those decks lose to are different. And we've seen a bunch of recent results from Bullwinkle, along with some other Magic players who have picked up the copy-paste, now with classic Lurrus, not Lurrus, classic non-Lurrus Tinker PO. And why is that? Why would that be? Well, if we're trying to resolve a spell and win the game, Tinker is absolutely one of the best of all time. And if games are not making it to the point where Lurrus matters in a Lurrus PO mirror, so in a PO mirror, then having access to Tinker as your Oops I Win with Bolas's Citadel is something that you might want. And I think an even more important reason, and probably a larger deciding factor, is that you can play the one of restricted Karn the Great Creator. Karn the Great Creator, if you've ever seen any of my videos, is the most annoying card of all time for a PO gamer. It is so freaking hard to deal with. It's very hard to attack down. And typically you don't have the counter suite that's going to stop it on the stack. You're not playing Spell Pierces, you're playing Flusterstorms. You're not playing negations in the main. Karn is one of the biggest mirror breakers because it's a one-sided null rod. One-sided null rod is crazy. So I think the major reason to forgo Lurrus right now as a PO gamer is to be breaking up the mirror by giving yourself the out of Karn the Great Creator. So yeah, that's it. It's just a one Bolas's Citadel, one Karn. The rest of this deck is actually exactly the same. This is basically my version of Lurrus PO, the Esper blue-white, blue-black version. You can see the Chain of Vapor here. Obviously, there's a couple swaps, like a Mystical Tutor for your Tinker, but in general, this is almost the same exact 60 cards, even to the point where Isaac is playing Thundertrap Trainers. Now, we can't return these Thundertrap Trainers with our Lurrus anymore, which is certainly a downside. They're certainly not as good as they would be in Lurrus, but they're still this kind of glue card holding the PO deck together, grabbing either your action or your Moxen or your forces, whatever you need at the time. So I think this is kind of an example of one of the things that I really truly dislike about the Lurrus discourse. It's people saying that, Lurrus is kind of forcing your decks to be this way. But it's not really doing that. Lurrus is encouraging you to build decks better. You'll find that across vintage, the three and higher drop permanents are all very bad. And in general, you only will ever play 1 to 3, 1 to 4 of them in your deck at any time. Even when Lurrus wasn't around, you're playing, 1 Mentor, 1 Karn, 1 Citadel. You're playing maybe 1 Mentor, 1 Teferi, 1 Citadel. You're playing, 2 Leovolds and 2 Okos in Bug. 3-drop cards are bad. Even the best 3-drops of all time, you're never like, I want 4 of those. So Lurrus is encouraging you to build your deck better. You are still playing Thundertrap Trainer even without Lurrus. So basically the question becomes, does having the Lurrus card impact your deck enough across the field to be worth playing over these high impact 1 to 2 3-drop permanents? And the answer, to be completely frank, the answer is most of the time, yes, you should be playing Lurrus. But right now might be a perfect time to be playing Tinker and Karn as your mirror breaker against Lurrus PO as the top deck in the field. This is showing up in the data. People are playing this deck and performing well. We'll have to see how it changes over time. If Lurrus PO stops being the top deck and you say Lurrus Control once again takes its place at the top of the metagame, then yeah, it's probably correct to switch back to Lurrus in your PO deck. But for now, the choice is yours, whether or not you think that Lurrus will make your deck better against the current field. I'll see you in round 1. The legendary NYSE Open returns to Long Island in New York. This 9th installment will be a 15 proxy, $500 entry fee tournament where the top 8 will return home with 8 pieces of real unlimited power. Black Lotus, Ancestral Recall, Time Walk, and all 5 Moxens will be part of this celebration of vintage. At 100 players, there'll be an additional wacky draft with classic booster packs from Ice Age to Onslaught, the NYC trophy, Karn altars, $1,000 in giveaways, dealers, and much, much more. Check out the link below for all the details. I hope to see you there. Let's battle. Anyways, I don't think, so welcome to round 1. I don't think I conveyed all the things I wanted to convey in that opening segment, but I did want to get like a bunch of things off my chest. I think, like, I was talking with chat a little bit in between the rounds here, but I just feel like the names I gave decks might be causing problems in the format. And so, I don't know. I feel like I gotta figure out how to fix that. I think the easiest example is Mono White Initiative. I believe I made a mistake in calling it Mono White Initiative. I should have called it Mono White Stompy, because people just assign things about the deck to the initiative mechanic when it's not really about initiative at the forefront. It's about the whole idea of a Stompy deck, like putting out fast mana to play, low costed, or like a high costed Hate Bear on turn 1. Like, the initiative mechanic is an important part of the deck, but I don't think it's like the defining feature of what makes the deck like the deck classification. I'm gonna mulligan this hand. My opponent is on Squee. No, my opponent is on Dredge. Anyways, we've gone too far off the thing. I do want to play Magic today. I think it's important to be able to talk about that kind of stuff, but then separate it and also just like actually play the game. Like, the most important thing about Magic is not ban and restriction discussions, right? It's playing the actual fucking game. All right, so we're playing against Dredge. Our deck actually, in my opinion, should be better against Dredge than a Lurrus deck. Why do I say that? Because we have more chances of combo killing our opponent. I don't find that the Lurrus, like, looping Tormod's Crypt lock is typically better than having, like, combo options. It does provide you with, like, a nice little way to beat up Dredge in a longer game, but you don't get to that longer game enough of the time, in my opinion. So in this sense, like, I do think that this deck should do it a little bit better. I do think this hand is really not great, though. But on my opponent's Mull to 5, am I really putting this back? It doesn't feel like I should. I don't think this will end up being a game where I want to go for Volt Key. I feel like I want to tinker, like Mystical Tinker maybe, but the question is like, do I need a blue card? Like, do I actually need another blue card here? And I guess the answer is no. I think I can get rid of a blue card. Just get rid of this Flusterstorm, and so I have Force and I have Mystic. I mean, like we're looking at Tinker in this game, right? And that's kind of the thing that Tinker does, right? Tinker in PO actually does do some amount of changing how you approach matchups, which is really interesting. Which is another reason why I think it's important to track like decks with it separately, right? Tutor Ancestral? I think Tutor Ancestral is highly unlikely. I think it's more likely we're tutoring for a Tinker. But it depends on what our life total ends up being. Opponent in this spot did not pitch any Dredgers. Mental misstep. No, I think I'm just supposed to play Key. The problem is I need to hit mana to Tinker, right? All right, are they going to activate with the Icarid on the stack here? I assume they would because they want to bring back the Surprise Amalgam. That means they're going to lose some cards. But yeah. I don't know. I had some shit boiling up inside of me. Clearly. Time to play Magic. Yeah, exactly. Because things are community sentiment, like I have to make arguments because of if I don't make they pitched Force. Interesting. If I don't, then cards will just get banned because people like some people want them to be banned, which is silly. But I have a whole video on that, so no reason to get into it. I hate this game a lot. I hate this game a lot. I hate this game a lot. All right. Well, I guess we're going to be trying to tinker for a Vault Key. So this means this Thunder Trap Trainer really needs to be getting me mana, artifact mana. This is a really weak Dredge hand, by the way. I don't know exactly, like, I guess there's no Dredgers in the top 17 with no two Dredgers being removed. They're going to force the Thunder Trap Trainer. And that makes sense to me that they had a bunch of forces in their hand. I mean, I'm pretty sure we're never going to force another card through this whole game, so we just have to force here. Or we're wasting our force. Emerald, Soul Ring, Stonk Up, Chain. So I can take a Soul Ring, Mystical for a Tinker, and then I am 2 turns away. I can take an Emerald, Mystical, but I can't Tinker right away. I'm still 2 turns away from winning, though. But I think that should be fine. I don't think they're fast enough. So I guess we should just, like, take a Soul Ring and then just wait. Yeah, if they have Misstep last card, it is really bad for us. But I don't think I'm allowed to do differently. Because I need to hit another mana source, right? So, yeah, I think I'm just going to take this. I think they're going to activate and get rid of Misstep anyways if they had it, right? They're going to go to 0 cards here. So, their last card was maybe a Grief. All right, so here they can eat the Grief and bring back an Amalgam. And they dredged, but they missed on this dredge. Yeah, I mean, this game was really bad luck from them. I'm just going to block because I just want to get my health total as high as possible. That's pretty sweet, right? I can just go for this. I mean, I don't think anything matters, right? If I... is there anything here that, like, is worth doing? I guess I could just Mystical now. So if I take Misty and Flusterstorm and Mystical for Tinker, then there's just no way I can lose, right? Because I can just resolve this now, and then like on my upkeep, I'll have Flusterstorm up. So yeah, I think I'm lucky to win this game. I think in general, this was too slow. I would not be surprised if you play this game out with randomized libraries 10 times if I lose 6 or 7 of them, maybe. Oh, they already have one chill gone, so if they naturally, I mean, they can't naturally draw a Noxus though. They have to dredge, right? I guess maybe that's their only chance of winning. Did I have enough mana to Mystical on my upkeep? Or I guess if I had enough mana to Mystical on my upkeep, then it was wrong. I don't think I have enough mana to Mystical on my upkeep, though. Not me. So I like, what other plan should I have made there? I'm short mana to do Mystical on my upkeep, so I'm not actually beating that. I don't know if you have a better one, but this seems pretty reasonable. I think I like the idea of having a Sphinx. I like the idea of Jailer, Needle, Crypt. Probably none of that. Dredge feels like a bad in Vintage. What does that mean? What are you trying to convey? All right, so Dress Down, Karn, Chain, Island are all bad here. I think Yogwell is pretty bad here as well. That's a pretty clean takeout. A villain? I think historically you would say, yeah, Dredge is a villain, but Dredge has not been very strong since the Gargari Grave Troll restriction. It's just been okay. So it's definitely less of a villain now. This seems fine. Oh, you think it's just like not a good deck? That's an incorrect analysis. It's not too slow for Vintage. That hand was just like one of the worst in terms of speed that I've ever seen. Like they hit no dredgers in their top 17. It's just very bad variance. And they also mold a 5 or 4. So like I would not use that as a good example. I think Dredge is quite reasonable right now. I think Dredge's power, because of the Golgar Grave Troll restriction, the Dredge's power wanes week to week based on how much people are playing hate for it. Like it's the easiest deck to hate out in the entire format, but to say it's not powerful and to say it's not good would be incorrect. This hand's really bad. Yeah, I think this hand's gaming. Feels good to play Tinker again. There are a lot of vintage decks that you could consider to be linear decks that are going to wax and wane based on what the people are bringing in the metagame to hate them out. You have every Magic card in the history of the game. There are cards that will hose your linear strategy. So, I need to hit a blue mana source. Oh, they have Vigor. I didn't hit a blue mana source, by the way. I think that means we lose. Vigor was not actually a problem here if we hit the blue mana source. I guess I can't really bait a Vigor very well here. Damn. It's pretty bad. I guess what I should just do is play Mana Crypt and then play Vexing Bauble and crack it. And like if they want a Vigor and Response, then they can Vigor and Response. Yeah, I guess that's my only play. Yeah, I guess we could theoretically just pass the turn and they can dredge out their whole hand away. I guess that's true. Is it worth it? I mean, we have a Sphinx to get, but the Sphinx might not be good enough if we take 10. I would take 11 here. The Sphinx might just be too slow, though. Maybe the only way we win this game is they pitch their cards and we go for a PO line. I guess we'll try that. I think it's better than playing Bobble and cracking Bobble and like putting a Mana Crypt in play, so I'm kind of down. This is a very interesting set of decisions. They might like... I mean, they're going to activate this in response. It's too good not to. I don't think they should like keep Vigor. I mean, maybe they could just keep Vigor. Yeah, I guess this is 11 and they just don't dredge for the rest of the game. They play Countervine. Okay. I actually kind of like that play because they're lethal on the next attack, right? That play looks really good, actually. Wow. Okay. I like that play a lot from them. That does mean that our Sphinx gets a lot better, right? Does our Sphinx survive on this attack? Yeah. So if we can tinker for a Sphinx, I think we're actually in a better spot now, which is kind of interesting. So they have a Stinkweed, a Noxious, and a Force of Vigor in hand. They should just hold and hold up Vigor. So the thing is that this Vigor is very good against our PO line. But because we're Tinker and we're not Lurrus, we actually have other alternative choices here that are good. Another like big ups for not playing Lurrus. All right, well, I drew another non-blue source. So. They have to hit Black Lotus off this, probably. Are they going to Vigor in response? I guess if we hit an island, we can still Time Walk, so that would be pretty good. All right, they're going to Vigor in response. All right, so I'm still looking for blue source. All right. We're gaming. We're so close. No mystical targets. Looking for a mana source here. Yeah. It do be like that, doesn't it? All right. We did not really draw the correct cards to win this game, and I guess we just weren't going to draw the correct cards to win this game. I see. Okay. Sometimes you lose. I still think that hand is a worthwhile keep for what it's worth. The power level of it is what you're looking for, really. Sometimes you lose your games of Magic. Well, I mean, that wasn't even really like my opponent's hand was that good against me, to be honest. I think our hand actually lined up fine into what they were doing. We just had to hit mana. And that was the risk of keeping my hand, right? Like, I kept off-color Moxen, Mana Crypt, Probe on the draw. Like, sometimes you're not going to hit the mana sources and you're just going to lose. This one I like. Oof, man. Do I like this hand? If I were to vamp and then probe into a Mana Crypt, is it good? It's not good, right? But like if I'm naturally probing, like what am I hitting here that's gonna make me happy? I mean, I can vamp, but if I get grief, just like still pretty bad. But I can vamp for a jailer. But actually, I can't play a jailer though unless I hit mana, right? So I have to play Soul Ring on turn 1. I'd be surprised if this isn't a keep. But I am concerned. like this hand looks like it's a keep to me. It does rely heavily on what this probe does. I kind of want to play it for science. This hand is missing things, but it looks like it has the cards that you're looking for. They kept 7. They kept grief, no other interaction. So I want to make sure they don't take my soul ring. True or false? Well, they have a hollow one, so they can beat a jailer pretty reasonably. I mean, I have a bunch of I have like Tinker, Needle, Crypt, Jailer. It's pretty good. I guess I can Tinker on the second turn of this game, right? Only if they don't take Vamp, though. I think Soul Ring is our most important card here. Like, if I Vamp in response to grief, they just take Soul Ring, and I have, like, very little options, right? I guess I can Vamp for Jailer. That's, like, the big thing that I could get from this, is I could Vamp for Jailer. But my life total is going to be a problem. I'm at 18. I'll be at 15. I'll be at 13. I'll be at 11, and they'll have a hollow one versus my Jailer. Like, it's pretty bad. Yeah, maybe they take Outcome. I don't know. My gut instinct is telling me Underground Sea, Soul Ring. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll leave Opal in the hand. Oh, I think I agree. But like I think Jailer should be your first, like you're going through a checklist of like what cards can I get? I think Jailer should be pretty close to your first thought on Vamp. But because of the game situation in this exact game with life totals and that we know they have a hollow one, I don't think you can ever get Jailer. I mean, I agree with your conclusion, but I just think that. So they're going to go for double Bazaar, it looks like. I hope they didn't hit a Force of Will for this Narcomoeba. Because I played the Soul Ring, now we have the option of Tinker, yes. Well, yes. But now they're going to take the Vamp, I believe. So now we're looking to more to go around the PO line, which I think is fine, honestly. I don't know. I think getting the Soul Ring in play just opens up like so many things for us that... Oh, wait. They don't have a Force in their hand. They have Narcomoeba, Serum Powder, Bazaar. Okay. I just looking for... Like, artifacts are pretty good. Justin! I think you're supposed to cast this PO. Holy sh! Things are bad. Okay, all right. I mean, it's worse than a Lotus Petal. No activation and upkeep? So they can what? Why would they no activation and upkeep? I feel like I can activate and upkeep, right? I guess there's like no reason to. I'm gonna need to have something clear the yard or win, it looks like. I mean, I'm not dead here. Yo, what up, Andy? Hope you're doing well. That Mox Opal draw was so bad. Wait, what happened to the second Bazaar? Oh, they pitched it. Did they pitch it? They must have tried to draw Force or have Force. What's going on? I'm confused. I got lost in the sauce. Oh, I'm just dead, aren't I? I need to trap into a... I need a Thunder Trap Trainer into a Mox, it looks like. Oh, maybe I just didn't exit it out. You're right. That's probably true. I think I just didn't exit it out. I think they might have Force. In which case we're just dead. I think our draws were really bad in this game, but I also could be convinced we went down the wrong path in terms of Vamp and Soul Ring. Ruby, Needle, Top. Icarid. I mean, I'm gonna die to, so I can just go Needle and hope that it resolves. And then I can at least only take 6 and go for a Merchant on the next turn. They might have, I guess they can't have Vigor. I feel like they have Force, though. I feel like they have Force and I'm just dead. Because I haven't been able to hold up Flusterstorm because our mana's been so bad. It's not like I can Merchant Scroll this turn because I think I need to hold up Fluster. But I guess if they have Force, I just lose anyways. So maybe I just don't have to hold up Fluster. Because they definitely have a Narcomoeba, right? I feel like they have at least a Narcomoeba and a Dredger. I mean, they must have Force. Why would we pause otherwise, right? It's not misstep, so I don't even have that covered with this misstep. Yeah, our draws have not been good. I'm wondering why they're, like, considering this to not force this. Like, what's the logic behind not forcing this? It doesn't win the game? That must be what they're thinking about. But if, like, they win the game, right? If they don't have this doesn't resolve, they just have to hit 2 chills. No, they don't have misstep. It's in the yard. Oh, they have Vigor. Oh, we're dead. Wait, when did they get a Vigor? Must have been the first draw of the game. I mean, I haven't really had the ability to hold up Flusterstorm, so... all right, well. I take 6, and then I die on the next turn if I don't draw extra mana to go Ancestral, maybe. Yeah, I mean, like, I obviously could have played this game very differently. I just think I like the choice that I made, but maybe it was... I don't know, they were pretty far from Vigor when we probed them, but a lot can change. They hit a chill, so we go to 1. That means we can't draw fetch land. It's pretty bad, actually. I mean, we have outs here. Don't get me wrong. We absolutely have outs to win this game. Yeah. Yeah. I wish I kind of kept in that Yagwa a little bit, but this is just back Black Lotus gives us 4 mana, and then we can Merchant for an Ancestral. If we had a Tabernacle, it would not work. We don't have a Tabernacle. We have to win the game on this turn. And the only way to proceed forward here are ancestral stuff. This should just be floated blue, I believe, and then made blue, and then Merchant Scroll and Ancestral, and then this needs to hit Mana Crypt Tink. I don't know what the hell this needs to hit. I mean, not having the Yoggle in our deck is actually really bad here. Wasn't that? I can tell you it was not that. All right, we've been vanquished. I do think that we were given more options, by the way, by the Lurrus, by the Karn and the Tinker rather than the Lurrus, but I guess not really the Karn, more about the Tinker. Maybe I misboarded here. Because if I had hit, like... Yogg will Underground Sea Mox. That would have won the game, right? I don't know. It's hard to want Yogg-Will in this matchup when you're like wanting Yogg-Will after like a lot of things happen. And normally when a lot of things happen, you win. But I also just like took a line that just might not have been correct, right, with the vamp. So who knows? Magic's hard like that and fun like that. Okay, here we go. Round 2. What do I got? What do I got? Never mind, chat. Tinker PO is garbage. I'm going back to Lurrus and never, ever, ever, never, ever, ever, ever doing it ever again. This hand is awful. Okay, we've had some really bad hands today, huh? Wow. These hands have been so bad. Oh god, another Dredger? What have I done? I told people they can play Dredge again, and now it's back in droves. I kind of want to get my first hand back. I mean, this seems close enough. I don't know. Everyone else gets to play Moxen in their PO decks. Where are mine? These are my average PO draws. There is a lot of clunky cards in PO. Don't get me wrong. That's always been people's major like. It's always been like strong anti-variance players' major complaint is that like PO has so many clunky draws, and it's true. There are less now that there's trainers, but there's still some bad ones. All right, can I get like a mana crypt here or something? Yep. Okay. We get misstepped. All right, what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? We need to win the game as fast as possible. What does that? As it currently stands, we have 4 mana with Opal not turned on. I mean, Demonic Lotus Yogg-Will is probably winning the game. But Demonic Lotus Yogg-Will makes about infinite mana and gives us a DT. Like I think it's better. Yogg-Will is better than a PO here because Yogg-Will can be a PO. You know, we can go DT Lotus, Yogg-Will, bring back Lotus, and we actually have a Merchant Scroll in our yard, so we don't even need to use our DT on a PO. Yeah, PO would be wrong here. Unless we thought that for some they'd have some way of like stopping us. So I think I'm just gonna go DT Yogg-Will. Based on like current builds of Dredge, like there have been times in the past where this probably is not the correct play. But right now with Dredge, I think it is. The fact that the DT gets a Lotus and it turns on our Opal and gives us an extra mana off our Academy is like really strong, right? Our opponent is basically at no cards here, so they should just be dead as long as we can put together a winning combination. That's fine. So DT, Lotus. No, they dredged. Lotus, blue, black, Yogg-Will, Lotus. So right now we have 4, 7, 8 mana. Is there a way we can deterministically win this game? I don't think so. We do have not enough to merchant for a PO to pick up these 3. But we could DT for a mana crypt and PO pretty easily. We could just stock up first and then see what we get. Can we DT for Tinker and Citadel? Yeah, we could. We absolutely could. But I don't want to do that unless I think it's our highest chance of winning. 7, 8 mana. We're at 13. I think I want to... So the stock up to cast a PO... I mean, I could still tinker after stock up, right? I just have to use my land, theoretically. I want to cast stock up. I don't know if it's correct, though. That should win. Time Walk Key. And then DT for... Yeah, that should win. Under the assumption my opponent has no interaction, which they shouldn't have any interaction, so... I think we can deterministically say they have no interaction based on the dredges. So, nice little game 1 win. No. Okay, so I guess maybe we try the board plan that chat was talking about. We'll do Chain, Karn, Island, Misstep, and Dress Down for the Sphinx, Jailer, Crypt Needle. Try to keep the Ogwill in. No, I think they dredged. I'm pretty sure they dredged, didn't they? And they didn't have a mental misstep. There was a mental misstep in their yard already, so. Huh? Could almost cast it. Is this a keep? Kind of feels like it might be a keep. I'll try it. I'm all about science here. All right, how many they keep? They kept 5. I'm no monkey, okay? I'm too lucky to be a monkey. Maybe I need to make a Smurf account, Lucky Monkey. I can just go 0-5 in every event. All right, Shell, Amalgam, Grief, pitched, 3 cards in hand. What do we draw for turn? I see. I see. Now, what series of plays make it most likely for me to resolve a Yixid Jailer? A Black Lotus stock up, maybe? I feel like that's the most likely card to, like, draw counter magic. And especially in this order. I guess I can't play around, like, Negation Trap, but... like, if this is a force, then we're covered. Nice. So we got the negation. So they have to have trap now, basically. And I'm not playing around it. I have not seen anything official yet, Hef, but if you have an official link, feel free to send it to me. And if not, we can keep theorizing. But I am excited. I guess we won. Did opponent not look and just hit like Dredge? Wait, can they even dredge if there's a jailer? I don't think they're allowed to, right? They didn't dredge. They just activated. What are you talking about? The board plan is perfect. Yes, I can see now that having Yogwill really helped me here. All right, well, beat Dredge. Okay, here we go. Round 3 now. We got a non-Dredge gamer, so. Well, that's not exactly true, but I don't think so. Prepare to be destroyed. Love that. Very nice. I'll keep. I love a little banter. A little banter is good. Keeps things exciting. Mox. Mox. Hey, that's where all the Moxes are. Mox! Bro, I want to play with this many Mox in my... Oh, Lotus! Kick a trainer? Oh, Lorian revealed. That's fine. Not really. They'd have to have a thing that brings back that isn't like actually good. Like that is actually good. Like bringing back Lotus every turn is it sounds nice, but it's not as good as bringing back Mishra's Bobble every turn. Uh, all right, I think we're in this game. We didn't die in turn 1, so we can kick a trainer, can't we? Sure can. Sounds like a great time. Am I getting dazed? What's going on here? That is not a lizard. Oh, I'm a man of range. Kick my Thunder Trap Trainer. Offspring. What now, opponent? I don't think so. I don't think the upside of fetching first is very high. Like, if we don't have to do anything on their turn, isn't there not a high chance that we want to fetch a Surveillance? I mean, maybe not. Maybe we have to leave up Flusterstorm for like an end of turn PO. But are they even on PO? I thought they were on Beseech. I don't think so. PO stock up. Trainer. We're pretty far from PO. I guess we're not that far from PO. Do I think Doomsday is well positioned right now? I think Doomsday gets more well positioned the more Lurrus control the frog deck goes away. So, yes, I think Doomsday is better positioned than it was a month ago. Oh, you always play a Surveil land. Surveil lands are broken. I was kind of hoping for a Force of Will. I guess an Opal is pretty good. It's going to let us cast PO, and it lets us hold up Chain and Fluster. I think it's better than Misstep, even though Misstep is covers Key. Oh, I was kind of hoping for a Force in my top 8 cards, to be perfectly honest. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Chain covers us. All right. Our best surveil hit is a force. Not bad. Why is Frog falling off? Yeah, Frog is a losing matchup into stock up PO. Especially Lurrus, like especially Lurrus 4-color. That is why Lurrus Frog is falling off. Ring the alarm, alarm. Boom! Let's go. We got Moxen, baby. So is this another kicked Thundertrap trainer? Is that what this is? Isn't the Sultai Frog version much better than PO? Sultai Frog is a very underexplored archetype. I would not consider that deck to have any meaningful amount of play to it. But it could be. I have 2 forces already. Surely I should just try to win the game, right? Yeah, I don't know, whatever, sure. Well, I definitely liked Thundertrap. The Thundertrap story is interesting, right? The Thundertrap story is very interesting because I was actually the first person who said, I think Thundertrap might be good in PO. Before it came out. I'm like, this card looks like it will be good in PO. And I tried it. And when I tried it, it went so badly. And when I tell you it went so badly, I was like missing on my Thundertrap trainers multiple times in matches. Like when you go back and do the percentage, it's like less than 5% or something. And I missed multiple times. And so I got a really bad read on the card. It was just a completely incorrect read on how good the card was. And so I didn't actually like pursue it. I didn't continue going forward with Thundertrap trainer testing. And then of course Unlucky Monkey starts winning with it. I'm like, all right, well let me give it another shot, and it started performing really well for me. But the difference was I was playing it as a 2 of instead of a 4 of, because I was like, well, the more Thundertraps I have, the worse Thundertrap is at finding cards. And it was performing really well as a 2 of, and so I'm like, okay, let me try taking away the Thundertrap and see what the deck looks like. And the deck was a lot worse without any Thundertraps in it. So I'm like, okay, so 2, you need to at least have 2. All right, let's try. I'm gonna take I won the challenge or whatever with 2. Let me try going to 3 at the paper event. So then I played 3 Cutting Brainstorm at the paper event, and it went really well. I top 8'd it and lost to Hank in the top 8. I'm like, okay, 3 seems pretty good. Let me go to 4 and see how that feels. I'm like, okay, yeah, it's just correct to play as many as you reasonably can. So it's weird. Like, I guess you can say I came around on it, but I also like started high on it. So it's kind of a weird idea. All right, negation and dispute, and then we could theoretically play consigns or sabotages if we really want to. I don't know if we're gonna have enough things to bring in for that. Yeah, I think Thundertrap is better than Brainstorm. This list doesn't have a Brainstorm either. This list could probably use a Brainstorm better than the Lurrus list because you want to be able to shuffle away Citadel, but it doesn't come up very much. Unless you're me. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna have enough cards to bring in and out here. Kind of want all of these cards. Vexing Bobble's pretty good in this matchup. It's probably like... Oh, there's no Lorien to take out. What is the least valuable card right here? No, I think Bobble's actually just good on the play and the draw in this matchup. My opponent is playing Beseech Storm with Citadel. Lots of 0 mana cost things. I guess I'm going to trim a Thunder Trap Trainer. I think that's acceptable. But yeah, you're not you're not wrong. Skepticism. You're totally correct. It just feels weird to say because I don't know. I was so high on that card when it was spoiled. I'm like, this does exactly everything PO wants it to be. It's so funny to me. Let's get rid of a stock up. All right, 7 card on the draw, no force is not a great place to be, but I'm not going to pitch. I'm not going to get rid of this Ancestral Time Walk, Demonic Tutor, Lotus. Oh, Lotus. Am I getting Karned on turn 1 here? Or am I going to get... I'm getting Thoughtseized. Okay. It's pretty good against me. Maybe I'll draw a Mox. Maybe it's finally my time to have a non-Opal Mox in my hand, yeah? Surely. Oh, they have a stock up. Oh, they have Ancestral. Okay, their hand was a little bit stronger than mine. My bad. My bad. Okay, fine. Maybe I'll drop my Black Lotus and play Karn, yeah? And a stock up? Oh, and a key. And a Time Walk. Okay. I might not get a turn here. To be fair, I also would not have gotten a turn if I had a force in my opening hand, but... Well, maybe I'll get a turn. Oh, nothing. We're living. All right. Off-color Moxen. That's not an Opal, please. That's really funny game. Really funny game. Really, really funny, by the way. Hilariously funny. Cool mana crypt. Tinka? Stock up? Tinka? Flusterstorm. Just kidding, you got it. All right. Well, that game went badly, but... Oh, come on, game, please. Help a guy out. Submit. I think there's actually like legitimate chances of winning that game. I think we're like actually might even be like likely to win that game if we hit a mana source there on, but it seems fine. This trainer will find us a force. Is there any? There's no negation in this list, huh? Oh no, there are 2. Okay, I just haven't drawn them. I'm gonna Time Walk, try to build out our mana for stock up. Jesus. I think I would rather Sewers first. Saga, I can't even hit that off trainer anyways. Force. All right, this looks good. We just finagled our way to have 3 mana on turn 2, and we have a force to survive, and we can just start casting stock ups. I like this spot. It's not bad. Thoughtseize, I assume. You get to take my force. And then I hopefully find a new force. I think casting stock up is better than casting demonic. I need to advance my game plan. Obviously, stock up is not guaranteed to find a force in the same way demonic is, but yeah, pretty sure I'm supposed to cast stock up. Better than demonic tutor confirmed. That's a negation and an ancestral. It actually just straight up is. uh, now we can demonic next turn and cast ancestral if we need to. Time walk. Yeah, time walk saga is fine. I took out all my ways to kill constructs, but I shouldn't need to kill constructs in this game. I should be able to combo kill them. Also, I can block for a second. Mana Volt, sure. I mean, one thing that is bad about not negating Time Walk here is that my opponent can theoretically have like a powerful spell and a Flusterstorm backup, or a powerful spell with a Thoughtseize backup. That didn't actually happen, but I feel like going too hard on a Time Walk would be not a good thing. I guess I theoretically can get Hull Breached on this Ancestral. I'm kind of interested in Carning, but I'm not like super interested in Carning because they can make a construct and then make another construct, and the Karn is going to be having a kind of a bad time. Is there anything really good to get? Oh, I have a Needle. That could be good. Yeah, it's because constructs are kind of a bait. I think Karn is just a bait as well. I'd rather just cast Ancestral and then... Well, I am a little worried about casting Ancestral and them having a Hull Breacher. I wish I had more Moxen so I could like Demonic for an Academy. I think I'm just going to cast Stock Up. Oh, they're going to fluster my Stock Up. I think that's fine. I don't know if they're going to really want to use this Mana Vault to make a construct. It might not be worth it. I would kind of assume it's not worth it, but we all know how I feel, so if you watched yesterday's video, or Friday's video, Friday's recording, I should say. All right, they're going for constructs. It does make my Karn really bad. I guess they could get a Vexing. Do they play Vexing Bauble in Beseech or no? Oh, don't do this. Don't do this. If you're going to make mana, you want to go to main phase. Okay, they're going to make mana. Interesting. Lotus. Emerald. I mean, if they just have a heavy hitter with a bat, hard cast force backup, man, brutal. Follow up Citadel maybe. I don't know. I mean, I countered Ancestral and I got my other force Thoughtseize. I got I mean, look how far behind I am because one stock up got Flusterstormed. Oh, I guess I'm dead. If it's Beseech, I just die. Yeah, I just die. I don't know. Did I play this game wrong? Kind of sad. I mean, I think you can, but like, I don't know. We have like infinite mana there. kind of crazy that I lost this game, but I was pretty confined on mana, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, maybe I'm just not allowed to counter that Ancestral. It's just like the number of things they can hit. I guess I just have to make them hit. But I don't know that their last card is another payoff. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I could have cast Ancestral, right? That's the difference. I think, like, if I had not played around Hullbreacher, I would have not played into Flusterstorm as badly, and I would have drawn 3 cards that I can't find. Like, maybe I should have just cast Ancestral Recall. It feels pretty bad to do that, though. Yeah, I guess that's true, right? If I cast Ancestral Recall and they hold Fluster, then they just kill me with Flusterstorm backup. So that doesn't actually help me. Is it just like I can't beat their hand? That can't be right. So what about the Demonic Karn line? Was there not a Demonic Karn line that would have worked? That was my other possible line, right? Oh, but there's no Demonic Karn Needle line. But maybe I'm still supposed to go Demonic Karn line. Like, if I just go Demonic, Lotus, Karn, minus get a Tormod's Crypt. I guess, but they can't, like, kill my Karn right away, right? It takes them 2 turns to kill my Karn. Oh, I guess, yeah, Demonic would get flustered, but then we would be able to cast Ancestral. It makes me think that I was supposed to try to go for a Demonic Karn line, though. This game, it feels like I should have done something differently, right? Because we have a lot of the tools you need to win this game. I mean, Demonic for Force just kind of also loses to Flusterstorm, right? Like, they had Flusterstorm into kill you with 2 payoffs. It's really rough. But I guess that at least lets my Force get flustered, and then I Ancestral, and I can maybe draw another Force. But then at that point, I'm on, like, how many Forces do I even have left in my deck? It also has to be Force and blue card, right? It's pretty tough for that to be the case. But their deck just doesn't really work super well if I have Karn. Like, if I go Karn and get a Tormod script, isn't that insane? Yeah. I don't think the stock up is a bad choice if they don't have Flusterstorm, though, right? Well, I don't think that's really playing. I guess if they make a construct or something that's, I don't think that's really playing around playing around Hullbreacher that way, right? I guess if my Demonic gets flustered, at least I have a whole Ancestral, so I can double spell. So yeah, I guess playing stock up is just bad. Interesting. It's funny because I think stock up was definitely correct the first time, but then stock up was not correct the second time because of the Ancestral. Oh, I mean, that's cool. That's a cool mistake to make because it's a pretty easy learning experience. Okay, we are on to round 4. We learned a lot in our last round. Hopefully we can do the same here. I'm willing to engage in this. I just think I'm making content. Number 1, I'm making content. And 2, I think there's a possibility that playing Karn is better than playing Cat. Oh, I got punished for not playing my Mox Opal here. It's just a metagame call kind of thing. Like, what was Cat doing in any of those games? Like, nothing. It's a pretty decent one, depending on what kind of deck they're playing. If like they're playing a stock up deck, this is really good. Looks like Monkey PO. Ooh, Do I want to make a construct or resolve a stock up? I think like people don't understand that Dress Down is much more than just a construct killer. Like Dress Down is an extremely powerful Lurrus loop in a Lurrus mirror. Like one of the best possible Lurrus loops of all time because it means they can't do anything. Um, thinking of Dress Down as like a Saga answer is far too narrow. Holy shit. Karn Demonic, I guess. I think I'm never making a construct in general, not me. Nothing? Hmm. I think I like Mana Crypt the most here. Could be my own Vexing Bubble. But I have Force backup for Force, so I guess in that case it could just be Soul Ring. I could DT for a second Force too. If we think that this Karn is good enough to just win on its own, which it probably is, right? They would have to have changed the Monkey PO list to have a negation, a hardcast negation. I don't think I want to play around Double Force, though. So I think I'm just going to play Karn. And Karn looks a lot better than Lurrus here. So I don't know. This looks like a prime example of why you should theoretically play this deck over playing Lurrus PO. Yeah. Very true. I could go Yogwill here, and the Yogwill ends up being stock up plus Saga. But I also am like 1 mana away from Lattice, which is also extremely hard to counter. I could also Tinker. Yeah, I mean, Karn is certainly on the same league as Lurrus. What can they even do to get out of this game? I have no idea what the actual correct call for this DT is. Karn could always get Tormod script to turn on this Opal, giving us 6 mana. So I could kick a trainer. I could hard cast a Citadel. I could PO. How am I supposed to know which one of these is the best play? I haven't misstep to cover Ancestral if I want to just take Ancestral. These are all just so good. I have no idea. I don't know the answer. I really don't know the answer. I think like if you check almost any payoff spell in your deck here, it's correct. Yeah, that makes sense. What'd they find? Time Walk. All right. Well, I think we just force check them and get a Lattice, right? Hold on. I should play... Oh, I guess my thing does not turn on until after anyways. Oh, well. This can't be right, actually. It's probably just supposed to be Ancestral. But they would have had to draw an exactly force on that turn, so... I don't know. But you're still probably supposed to cast Ancestral. Well, it would not have been very good. I guess it probably still wins because you just vamp for Tinker and probe into it. And then you have a Flusterstorm backup. Yeah, it was correct to play Ancestral probably. Oh, I got lazy. Sorry. Okay, so Monkey PO or Vamp Yogwill, sure. Yeah. Everything kind of wins. What do we even want in this matchup? Dispute seems fantastic. I don't know how good Negation is. Probably good. And then I'd like to take out like Mystical Vamp. I mean, the whole, like, if you think about it this way, right? If I am foregoing Lurrus to play Karn, then yeah, I think you're going to be DTing for Tinker and Karn most of the time, right? That's how strong those cards are. Chain is really bad. I actually like Dress Down because of stopping Trainer and Lurrus and stuff. I think Dress Down's pretty good here. This looks fine though. Just take out the slow tutors and bring in a bunch of counter magic. Don't see anything wrong with that. I've seen people bring in consigns and steal sabotages. Don't really feel like it. Exactly. Karn's a mirror breaker, and that's like the whole reason you're trying to do this thing instead of engaging in the Lurrus PO mirror. If Karn was a 4 of, combo Lurrus would not exist. An interesting postulate. Karn is messed up magic card, though. Karn is by far one of the strongest cards on the restricted list. I'm gonna mulligan this hand. Am I gonna mulligan this hand? I think I'm supposed to mulligan this hand. If one of these was a Force of Will, would I feel better? I would feel a lot better. I think I would snap off a keep on this hand if one of these negations was a Force of Will. But I think the odds are too bad as it stands. This hand's so much better. Holy shit. Yeah, because I don't have any Moxen. You know? Well, it's because I have no Moxen, you know? If I had some Moxen, Opal would be a lot better. Opal is part of your worst hands and part of your best hands. Man, I wish I could dispute that. I think I'm dead. Having to force Ancestral on my upkeep was really bad for my chances in this game. Two POs. Yeah, I mean, Ancestral PO, triple Mox in hand. Like, I'm just going to die. If I had hit my land drop, we would have had a chance. I don't know. Hands are really good when you have triple restricted artifacts. Hey, almost triple restricted artifact. Is this hand good? I guess. Can't imagine putting this hand back, but It does have some problems. It would be a little bit better with a Lurrus. I don't know about a lot better. Maybe Saga makes it a lot better, actually. Yeah, you're right. It's a lot better with a Lurrus, for sure. Where's my PO, bro? My opponent had PO Ancestral. Where's mine? What? No! Come on, man! I swear I'm a pauper. I live... What the... I live in a world where everyone has all of this wealth, and I have nothing. What is going on, man? It could be worse. They could have cast Tinker and won the game. I mean, if this Lurrus isn't returning anything, it's not that big a deal. But if they're POing here, we got a turn. Should we probe? What value does probing have? I want to probe. I mean, it's not that bad. I think I can get with force with this. There's no point in me holding up force, right? So I might as well play this and make Saga tokens. Yeah. For sure. They shouldn't counter this, but I'm pretty sure I can get a counter off this, is what I'm saying. They kept Island in? Come on, you gotta watch some Justin videos. Unacceptable. Keeping an Island in this matchup. I mean, they have too many lands in that deck. The deck has tons of lands. So if I make a construct, yeah, I can cast that. I almost accidentally clicked through that. My best Magic the Gathering card is Manifold Key. Sensei's Top. I don't really have time. I don't really have things to do with a Sensei's Top, though. I'm gonna get a Manifold Key. And we'll eat another force with this stock up. And if we can dodge another top deck, we might be in a spot where we could win this game. We have a top, but I don't think I need a top because I just don't think the top is like how I want to use my mana. And this gives me an unblockable construct, which makes the clock an extra turn faster. Or I can attack with both and untap one with Vigilance, which actually is really sick too. So, yeah, I think the key is better. Like, my opponent can't... I don't even have to untap it. I can have the threat of untapping, and I can attack with both. I actually think key is pretty nuts here. That's a pretty funny card to draw. Not a very good card to draw. I mean, they're almost dead. But they still have another force, so they just need to hit one answer, and they have a Meticulous Archive here, so... We're probably going to lose still, but... they kept on top, so that means we're dead. I'd rather make them spend the mana. Yeah, I guess so. -1 mana, not using Academy. It's feeling fine. It's the same exact deck. Like the deck is literally 58 cards the same, you know? Oh, I guess they get it back. Never mind. It's just you don't have Lurrus. I guess you don't have Bobble. So like it's basically the same exact deck though. I don't know. You just have some better other did they kick this? They didn't kick this? I would have snap kicked that. Also, I don't think we can beat that though. Because now they can block. They missed again. They hit Opal. Oh yeah, I mean we have unblockable, but I think this if they're not kicking this, it means they have a PO, right? No, we're not getting a turn, chat. Oh, they're kicking this one. I mean, also if they find a Flame of Anor, unblockable doesn't do anything either. I'm just surprised they didn't kick it. Okay, that's what I'm saying. No, they have a PO. Okay, we can concede. Yeah. I mean, winning that game would have been very, very crazy. I think we would have to. Opponent would have had to brick like 4 draws or something, 6 draws total. And they almost did. Like, I really think this is an example of incorrect sideboarding. Like, this deck should not have an island in post board. You need more spells. You don't need more lands. Like, this is like one of the best possible opening hands, right? They had 7, 8, 10 mana with Lurrus and multiple forces. All they need to do is draw a trainer, a stock up, or a PO, and they instantly win. You just need to make sure you're maximizing your ability to do that by not playing bad cards like Island here. Okay, here we go. 5th and final round of our Karn PO excursion. We've had a lot of really close matches, and a couple that didn't go our way because of misplays. So far so good, actually. I like this hand. Stop it, not me. We don't want that. No one wants that. Probe sees all. This time we finally have a Mox in our opening hand, so I'm excited to get to play a trainer on turn 1. I never get to do that. I don't even... That's not even a restriction, Ian. Half my card boards barely have a single artifact. Demonic Tutor. I think I'm supposed to force this. I think giving them Ancestral and the ability to cast it whenever they want is not very good. So I'm going to force this pitching Mystical Tutor. Wonder if I'm supposed to hold open Flusterstorm here for stock up. I really don't want to, but maybe I'm supposed to. If they had a trainer, they would have played. I guess they wouldn't have played trainer on turn 1 because they want to play Demonic Tutor around Flusterstorm. And they know we have a Flusterstorm, so it's not like they can, like, it's not like they're going to play into the Flusterstorm. Catexian Probe is a dumb magic card. I think I'm supposed to leave open Flusterstorm. It's very frustrating. I probably should have played a fetch land if I was going to do this. Like, this makes my opponent, like, have to have Thundertrap Trainer or, like, buy Lurrus. Maybe that's not even that good. They got a force off of it. Not interacting with the community is clearly the best play, so. Chain of Vapor Vexing Bobble. That is not a very good Thundertrap Trainer. I guess a Vexing Bobble is better. Oh, they're just gonna make me use my Fluster? I'm down. This is such a big win for us. How do I get an edge? I mean, we literally just talked about how to get an edge. I'm playing a different deck than my opponent. I'm putting Karn in my deck. Isn't that not an edge? You know what's no else is an edge? The copy paste 4-color monkey list has no Flusterstorms in the main. That's a huge edge. I just Flusterstorm my opponent's stock up. There's edges everywhere. You just have to look for them. I didn't think this was getting forced. It's kind of odd. Force pitching PO. Second stock up makes sense. This is the exact same conversation we had in the Painter stream where I was like trying to play where I needed to play stock ups into Flusterstorm to resolve future stock ups. I don't know. Flusterstorm and like Pyroblast and Mystical Dispute are so good right now. And this list plays none of them in the main. The stock PO 4-color list just has none of those cards in the main. I think I'm just dead here unless I find a stock up. What gives? They're winning? Yeah, their cards, they've drawn much better than we have. We've drawn like 6 more lands than them. You lose magic games where you flood out. True. Oh, they are winning? I mean, Monkey is an extremely powerful magician. Doesn't mean you can't build a deck better. I mean, there's been people, some of the best magicians and some of the best deck lists are still exploitable and incorrectly built. Hell, Mog played 4 Vexing Baubles in his blue-black 8 Force of Will deck. Like, I'm almost out of fetchables. My opponent has cast Demonic Tutor, stock up, stock up, stock up, and I have cast land. I mean, we're dead here. My opponent's going to either go Lurrus or PO or kick a Thundertrap Trainer. They just have all action spells and we have no action spells. Well, yeah, the mirror didn't exist until he started winning. You built this 4-color Lurrus control deck, PO control deck to beat the frog decks because you actually draw cards better than the frog decks. And now the metagame is at a point where people are copying his list because he won so much, and now there are Lurrus mirrors running around. So now how do I beat the Lurrus mirror? We play Karns, we play Pyroblast, we play Flusterstorm, we play Dispute. You know, like it's a cyclical metagame. A deck is the best, people try to beat the deck. A new deck becomes the best, people try to beat the deck. Like, these decks are not infallible. They all have weaknesses. They're all trying to do a thing to beat a deck that doesn't, that no longer is at the top. They time walk and then kick a Thundertrap Trainer after that. All right, let's just concede. My God. Like, we have all the same cards as the ones that my opponent is using to beat us. We just don't draw them, so. Yeah, exactly. The meta is cyclical. It's moving. It's a good thing. I mean, yeah, there's some Lurrus PO decks, but like Lurrus PO was not the best deck in the format, the most played deck in the format before Monkey started winning. Like, I played Lurrus PO decks, I played Oswald decks. Those were decks that were in the metagame. Is slowly becoming the whole format. I don't understand. What does that even mean? It's seeing more play? That's fine. It's not like it's seeing like 50% meta share. It's seeing like 15-20% meta share. I don't understand. And that's just like, that's completely normal. Like, Lurrus Control was 20% meta share. And now that it's not the best deck, it has less meta share. 18? Sure. 18 is high for other formats. 18 is not high for Vintage. That is like the normal average best deck in the format is 20% meta share. I drew my Citadel again, but I can cast it in this hand almost. Yeah, and also Lurrus PO is encompassing 2 different decks. Like, what is the next big thing? I've been telling everyone, Null Rod Sphere Shops is a great position. Dredge is in a great position to beat PO. Doomsday's in a great position to beat Lurrus PO. Jules in a like, this has already happened. Like, you guys are already behind. Like, I post this data every week. You can see these things happening. Every week I post the data. Like, it's already past the Lurrus PO metagame is already moving away. Countervine, another great deck. Yeah. The online metagame changes every single week. And sometimes it changes multiple times in a week. Because there are 4 challenges every week. I also, like, every week on Patreon, I make a post telling you what the metagame is doing and what the next moves for the metagame are. So, I don't know. I also don't think it's particularly hard to do. Like, I think you can look at the metagame and see what decks are on top and then see what decks you can use to beat them. I think anyone can do it. Why are all of my opponents opening Mox Tolarian Academy? Mox Tolarian Academy. Like, why is that happening? What did I do wrong? Brainstorm. I don't really like Brainstorm. Looks really bad here. Imagine if this was I guess they can't play another Thundertrap Trainer, but... Ooh, the classic Brainstorm and then unlock it with Thundertrap Trainer. Oh, they found negation off of it. Oh, I guess we die. We need to draw exactly Flusterstorm here. Or Dispute. That's pretty good. Okay, I'm down for that. I can't cast this Citadel into negation. I think it's just too bad of a play. Maybe they don't have a blue card. I mean, what if they have a blue card? We lose the game. I mean, I guess maybe with the Thundertrap Trainer, it's fine. Though he had 0 cards, maybe we can recover. Make him have a blue card. What is the percent chance we win this game? I mean, so the problem with Thundertrap Trainering here is that I'm not convinced we win the game with a Resolve Thundertrap Trainer because we're so far behind in mana. So, like, praying. I mean, what the hell is the chance that they don't have a blue card for force? Like 0. It's 0. The chance is 0. They cast Brainstorm and then they picked Negation. They have the perfect card. They probably have Paradoxical Outcome in hand, but actually getting rid of a Paradoxical Outcome in their hand is probably good. So maybe we just have to do this as a Thoughtseize. PO. And it was PO. I'm so fucking good at this game. Oh my god. Ugh. I'm gonna lose, but I am really good. It's a pretty easy read, right? You're casting Brainstorm and then you're Trainering. You're gonna have your best blue card payoff and your negation. Saga, okay, that's a brick. Saga's a brick, so they buy and play Lurrus here because they have on-color Moxen. And then we play a Thunder Trap Trainer, and maybe we can win. It's funny because it's like, I'm going to play Citadel not because I think it's going to resolve, but because I think it's not going to resolve, and I need to get the PO out of your hand. Oh, I see what you're saying. Fair. I mean, I guess I have to take Dispute, but Dispute is literally not countering anything because my opponent has infinite mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Doesn't even counter a PO. Counters a kick Thunder Trap Trainer though, doesn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So probably worth. Kind of needed this trainer to find me action. Like a stock up would have been really good. I would have resolved a stock up here. They drew a stock up. This doesn't even help me, but whatever. I'm just dead. But like, my opponent is just blank, no cards in hand, stock up. I want to be like that. I want to be that good. Mario's a beast. All right, I guess we're dead. I definitely got routed in this one. I don't know. Like, we made a couple mistakes along the way, but for the most part, our opponent's hands were just, like, really, really strong. Even if we draw Time Vault here, I'm assuming it's getting countered if they're not POing, so... Alright, so we went 1-4. I don't really feel like the deck was that bad. I do feel like the Karn and the Citadel were both like looking like they would be pretty good. But we just really didn't have much agency. And in the games we had agency, I don't think we made the correct plays. Pretty unfortunate set of matches. We did lose. What did we lose? All of our matches versus how do I go back and look? We went 1-1 versus Dredge, and we lost both matchups against Lurrus PO, and then we lost versus Beseech. Yeah, we didn't tinker a single Citadel in the entire 5 matches. That's probably a bad sign. And how many Karns did we resolve? 1, possibly. So I guess, to be fair, I think we ran extremely cold. I don't really feel like there were many board states where we wanted Lurrus. I feel like Karn would have been much better. But we also like drew Citadel in tons of our winning hands. I don't know. I think overall, I think this was just a bad variance set. And it's not like these matches were blowouts for the most part. Like, we were pretty close and pretty competitive in a lot of them. So it will unfortunately look kind of bad for my initial arguments, but I think it's pretty easy when you look closer to see what was going on in terms of variance in these games. And again, like, we're playing these mirrors, right? Where we have the same number of cards as our opponent in terms of like powerful cards. Like, our deck actually has more powerful cards than them for the most part. and we have extra counter magic that's good against them. So like when you look at the two decks in a vacuum, there's really no reason to think that you shouldn't be able to do the same things that our opponent was doing to us that to them. It's just, you know, sometimes you don't have Mox, Opal, Academy, 6 mana on turn 1. And that sometimes is supposed to be most of the time. You know, you take it when you can get it. And when you can't get it, you got to make it with what you have. So thanks for watching, though. More vintage content on the YouTube channel every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Make sure you're subscribed. I'll see you then.